Telegram for Mr. Clay. Telegram. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I got a telegram. Let's read it. Rinne, stop. Rinne, stop. You suck. Stop. It's all your fault. Stop. It's all your fault. Stop. What could that mean? Wow. You have to get up. Do what they do. But that was insane. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on. I make go records, baby. I'm liking this. Hello and welcome to another episode of Hawks Recap. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. Blackhawks playing their 19th game of the season in Nashville against the Predators, and they come away with a big, and I mean big, win 7-2 over the Predators. A touchdown to a safety. That is a winning formula. Oh, and it feels so sweet after, well, the last game these two teams played. Now, if you don't remember, earlier this year, the only other time these two teams played in Nashville, Blackhawks got shut out 3-0. Robin Lehner was great in that game. Could have been a lot worse than 3-0. Blackhawks were just god-awful in front of them. Pekka Rinne, after that game, said that it was probably the easiest shutout of his career. And, well, he wasn't really wrong. Like, that wasn't an inaccurate statement. But, like, you don't say that. You just don't say that. There are ways to say something similar to that without making it seem like a backhand comment against the opposing team. There is ways to say that without making it bulletin board material. You could say, my team in front of me played really well, really blocked shots or just made it tough on the opponent, made it a very easy night for me. In that, I didn't have to do a whole lot. You don't just say, that was the easiest shutout in my career. Like, you need to pick your words a little bit better. And I know Pekka is, English isn't his first language, but he's been in the United States enough. Should know enough English by now that, you don't say those words. Fast forward to this game, and you could easily say that it wasn't Pekka's finest game. Now, the game started fairly similar to the previous games. Predators' speed was giving the Hawks fits early. Blackhawks didn't have a shot on goal until like 6 minutes in, and I think the Preds had 6 shots before then. So, things were not looking all that great. It was looking like maybe a rerun of the previous game, but thankfully, something changed. And that something was Pekka Rinne giving up a goal. Jonathan Toews wins an offensive zone draw straight back to Gustafsson. He changes the angle, unleashes a wrist shot. Nylander with a nice screen in front. Rinne never sees it. It goes top shelf peanut butter. And although the Hawks are getting outshot 6-2 at this point, they're leading where it matters. 1-0 Hawks. A little bit of a testy moment after that. Predators going for a change, so they dump the puck in, and, well, puck takes a wicked bounce on Lehner, sneaks by his arm, and trickles towards the goal line. Thankfully, it takes a right turn just before that, and Hawks pick it up, go the other way. Bullet dodged. Speaking of bounces and the ice did not look good at the beginning of this game. Players from both sides, Predators and Blackhawks, were falling all over the place to start this game. Ice was questionable at best. Thankfully, I think the ice kind of helped out, at least near the goal line for this part. But if that puck goes in, that completely changes the outlook of this game. It's a tie game, and Hawks no longer have momentum. Momentum kind of goes towards the Predators. Predators fans get into it. It completely changes it. Thankfully, it didn't, and the Hawks retain their 1-0 lead. With about 2 minutes left to go in the first period, Connor Murphy does a fantastic job keeping the puck in the zone. He pinches at the right time, makes a great play, and then goes to change. Connor Murphy, by the way, first game back after injury. Great to have him back in the lineup. I thought he had an absolutely fantastic game in this one. You could tell he really was happy to be back. Now, if you don't recall the news, Connor Murphy coming back in the lineup means that guy got sent back down to the AHL, and I'm going to tell you right now, it was the right move. It was the right move. Our offense is starting to click again. Gustafsson's offense is starting to click again. We don't necessarily need his offensive ability anymore. He has defensive things to work on. I'd rather have him play top pairing minutes in the AHL than bottom pairing or very low minutes in the NHL. It was the right move. It was the right move. Anyhow, Murphy keeping the puck in allows for the Hawks to kind of forecheck a little bit. When I say forecheck, I mean it's a two-person forecheck. Everyone else on the Blackhawks is changing at this moment except for Doc and Kubalik. And the Predators, since they're in their own zone, have all 5 of their guys. So this is 2v5, all right? Predators trying to break out, trying to make a pass. Kirby Doc steals the pass and then just throws it right to the front net where Kubalik is. I have no idea how he's left all alone. I guess the Predators just thought they weren't going to turn it over. But when it's 2v5 and having that guy all alone in front of the net, that's not good. Kubalik gets it, forehand, backhand, 5-hole, 2-0 Hawks, and that's how this game would go into the second period. That's the 4th time in the last 5 games that the Hawks have grabbed the first 2 goals of the game, and in my book, that is a very beautiful trend to see. Yes, the Hawks did lose one of those games, but overall, that is a winning strategy, and if you do that throughout the course of the season, you're going to win a lot of games. I'm loving that the Hawks are getting off to fast starts as of late and getting up on the scoreboard. I think especially with Leonard in net and also how Crawford has been playing lately, with both of them, essentially 2 starters in our goalie rotation, that can only mean good things. Now you got to expect the Predators to come out pushing in this second period to try and make it a 1-goal game, try to get back in this game, try to get the crowd back into this game. But Brent Seabrook, the 3-time Stanley Cup champion, the veteran that he is, says, not on my watch. He takes matters into his own hands, takes that puck, and from 40 feet away, unleashes a backhand shot and blows it by Rinne. Yeah, you heard that right. A backhand shot from 40 feet away from Brent Seabrook. Second time he's ever scored a backhand shot. Yeah, not a good look, Rinne. That probably should have been Rinne's easiest save of his career. But instead he looks like a cat on cabinet just flailing about. I don't know what he was doing. It's one thing to let in a goal from center ice with just like a horrendous bounce, like just a bad hop, like Leonard almost did. Like that just happens and that just sucks. Like that can happen to anyone. But a backhand from 40 feet away that you see the entire way, like that's like not good at all. Like really, Rinne should have been pulled after that. They should not have waited any longer. That was absolutely horrendous. With about 9.5 minutes left to go in the middle frame, Blackhawks would increase their lead by putting on a clinic, beautiful outlet out of the defensive zone, breaking out with great passing, then through the neutral zone with great passing to create the rush, and then in the offensive zone, Mata to Shaw to Camp for the one-timer, blows it by Rinne, 4-0 Hawks. Rinne is pulled, seals the deal on this game. Rinne, you go from your easiest shutout of your career to giving up 4 goals on 14 shots. I don't want to say it's karma, because your assessment of the last game was truthful. So yeah, not karma, but you love to see it. Unfortunately, Roman Josi would score early on third period to break the shutout for Leonard, which that would have been so sweet if that would have happened. If Leonard would have been able to get a shutout in this game after Rinne's shutout last game, oh man, that would have been ultimate. But didn't happen. Patrick Kane would then score to put any sort of hope for a Predators comeback to rest, thankfully. Nylander would score twice for the Hawks, and then Josi would get his second of the game with about a minute left. Final score, 7-2, touchdown to safety. That one felt good. Now, despite the Hawks' recent winning ways, which are very nice, they are getting outshot in most of those games. And that can be a little concerning, but at the same time, if you look at high danger chances, the Hawks are doing quite well. They're not giving up more high danger chances than they're creating for themselves. It helps that the Hawks offense is waking up now. The Hawks, with the goalies that they have, Leonard and Crawford, I'm fine with giving up a good amount of shots as long as the high danger chances are kept to a minimum. And it seems like that's happening right now, and so far, so good. So now the Blackhawks get to play the back end of this back-to-back at home against the Buffalo Sabres, who are also on the back end of a back-to-back. They are coming off a win as well, but they are having to travel. So I would say Hawks are in a good spot for this one. I would love to see them continue this little win streak that they have and continue their momentum. The Hawks, through 19 games, now have 20 points. They had 6 points through 9 games to start the year. Things are looking a little bit better. There's a reason why I don't like to judge a season through the first 10 games. Things can change quite quickly in the NHL. It seems like it has for the Hawks. Are they as good as maybe they're playing in these last 5 games? Maybe not. Maybe not. But they certainly weren't as bad as their first 10 games indicated, because a lot of those losses were like 1-goal losses. They were close in a lot of those games. Like, you knew the talent was there. Just offense was just really struggling to start the year. Offense has picked up since then, seemingly due to maybe a little bit of a strategical change from the coaches, which is always good to have. But nonetheless, things are looking better for the Hawks, and I hope you're feeling better about the Hawks nowadays. Obviously, winning certainly helps. With that said, thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always, but most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you real soon.